Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 of working on this Damascus Hunter knife. To get started today, I'm going to trim down the handle that I glued up last time, and I think I'm going to take a little bit of this light wood off, just proportionally so it works better. So I'll cut that on the bandsaw, then I'm going to get the hole drilled in it and start test fitting up the knife. So let's do that first. My tang here is just a little bit bigger than 3/8 width-wise. So I'm going to take my hidden tang saw and just carve that out a little bit. Drilled an 1/8 inch hole all the way through. It didn't land perfectly center in the tang, but you know, drilling it blind and doing it based on my drawing, it's pretty good. Next thing is going to be heat treating it, and while it's in the temper, I'm going to probably work on this guard and getting it shaped the way I want to. It's getting dark now, so I'll do that tomorrow and bring you guys along with me, see how it goes. It's a new day. So I'm going to light up the forge and quench this baby. I set up 2 blocks of wood here, so once my knife is quenched, I can shove it in there and tighten it up to help keep it straight. So I'm going to preheat the oil, quench the knife. We'll see that happen now. Here it is clamped up, didn't twist, didn't do anything bad. So now it's waiting game, let it cool down, check if it's hard, then I'll throw it in the toaster oven to temper. Knife is nice and hard on the edge. I'm gonna go clean off all this oil, and then I'll be working on that guard next. Well, that's in there for the next few hours. I'm gonna do two 2-hour tempering cycles at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, now it's time to turn this into that. Here's my guard. So I took it all the way up to a Scotch-Brite finish, and now I'm deciding if I etch it black or leave it polished. That'll be a decision when the knife is finished. Okay, here's the guard for real. Last time I held it in my hand, it looked asymmetrical, so I just went through that process again. Now it looks a lot better. Here's a knife out of the temper. I hope the temper went well. It's the first time I used the toaster oven instead of the oven. That's it with the guard fit up. My next step is going to be grinding in the bevels and cleaning up the knife, taking it all the way up to the 220 and the Scotch-Brite before hand sanding. Here's a knife ground to a X65 on a Norax belt and then polished with an extra fine Scotch-Brite belt. I'm going to be hand sanding this for a little while And it's going to be a lot more fun for you since I wish I could do it in time lapse in real life. So I'm going to take it probably up to 1000 grit and see how it looks before I put it in the edge. And I didn't take the edge all the way to sharp yet, because if you do that, when you put it in the ferric chloride, it can eat away the edge and just ruin it anyway. So I'll be sharpening it after the edge. Here's one side hand sanded, and I will spare you the expense of watching me do the other side. So I'll come back to you when both sides are hand sanded and it's ready for the blade's been washed in acetone. So I'm gonna let it sit in ferric chloride for 20 minutes or so, 20-30 minutes, and then it'll go into some instant coffee to darken even more. I'll let it sit in there for a few hours. So I'll come back to you when it's time to reveal it. We are proceeding at a pace. I got the knife etched and it looks really good. The guard fit up, polished. I'm still not sure if I'm going to etch it. I'll have to see the way it looks with the handle. Speaking of, the handle goes on, but currently it looks quite ugly. So that'll be my next step. Getting the handle rough shaped to where I want it, and then I can start making some decisions on how this knife is going to look. Not totally happy with this handle, so I'm gonna glue up some more wood. I do like what it gives me in the pattern, the two-tone. So I just started off with not enough wood at the bottom here, so I just wanted sort of a gentle curve, triangular coming out, this flat and this coming out like that, but I didn't have enough wood to do that, so I compromised a little bit. And this is okay. Feels nice, but I just don't like it for the look of this. So I'm gonna cut some more wood, get up to this point again with that one, and I'll show you guys before I glue up. Here's the rough fit up of my knife. I've got the handle pretty much done. It's roughly hand sanded. Here was attempt number 1. And here was attempt number 2. So this is the 3rd iteration. The only thing I'm gonna do is clean up this guard some more because I nicked it, and continue these facets onto the guard as well. Besides that, I'm pretty much ready to glue up, and then I still have to decide if I want to etch the guard or not. This is pretty much it in its final form, but I'll show you guys what it looks like. Here's the knife all clamped up. I'm going to leave it there for at least 24 hours, and then I'll just be finishing this handle. I got all dirty, which is very annoying since I've hand sanded it 3 times from being dirty, and then sharpening the blade. Then I'll just finish the handle with some tung oil, and this nice knife will be done. So that'll be the last thing I show you.